welcome back to Rich and Matt's House of Horrors, episode 3, part 2.
Yeah, this is a continuation, obviously, from it's episode 3, part 1, and it's like a Child's Play franchise continuation. But yeah, so I mean, part 2, I highly recommend as well. It's still very good. I mean, it's 1 and 2 are very good. Part 3's, you know, okay.
It's okay.
You know, it's obviously got it's a bit notorious because of what happened with like James Bulger basically, but and then it got banned, so that's why it's more notorious. 4 and 5.
4's not bad. 5's silly.
Yeah, a little too comedic for our liking.
And then Curse I liked. I've said it already. So.
Part 6 is decent, you know, and that's probably because it's a kind of a newer one, so you got like sort of fresher eyes on it, kind of thing, you know. But yeah, I definitely recommend part 1.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, you know,
and then
it's worth a watch.
We've probably missed a few, but for me, there wasn't many slasher films that came out for the next couple of years. Candyman, 92, written by Clive Barker. Don't know if he did he direct it? I don't know.
Not too sure.
Starring Tony Todd, another
but
horror
I'm sure
legend.
there'll be people out there who'll be like, yes, he did, or no, he didn't. And you
I know he wrote it.
You can definitely tell us in the comments, as I'm sure people will point out. But we're not going to cheat and go on IMDb and all that, you know what I mean? We'll just wait
not now.
Yeah, we'll just wait till it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah, Candyman's definitely that's a classic. And Tony Todd, he's huge. That guy. I'm 5'6". I'm a giant at 5'6", but he's about 6'5".
Yeah,
6'5", and he has hands the size of fucking shovels. I shook his hand, and I am not weak, but like basically like his fucking hands, man, they are like shovels. Yeah, but no, he's actually a really nice guy, and he's like very talkative to the fans and all that sort of stuff. We actually saw him at Fright Fest in 2010.
Yeah, good times.
At the premiere of Hatchet 2, which was fun.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Later, spoiler.
But
yeah, Candyman spawned 2 sequels. Part 3 was Day of the Dead, and part 2 was Farewell to the Flesh.
Was there only 3?
Yeah, there was only 3. There was.
Let's hope they don't do any remake.
No, I don't.
Leave it alone, people.
I don't think they will. But
you never know when they start to run out of ideas. You know, like they kind of are now. You know.
Yeah.
You know, so Hollywood, Hollywood, leave it alone.
They had a good theme tune.
That sounds more like Casey and JoJo, but actually that sounds more like Tupac Shakur. Actually, sorry, it does.
I've never sounded like Tupac Shakur in my life.
But yeah, I mean, yeah. So basically, you've got and then
so it's just a story of. It's another love, unrequited love, Romeo and Juliet. He gets tortured. He comes back. Shit happens.
And if you say his name 5 times
in a mirror,
then he comes and kills you.
It's a good premise. It's a good film.
Yeah.
It's a film I haven't seen.
4 times. Say it 4 times and you'll be right.
Just hope no one says it as a joke.
Yeah. We probably would, but there you go. Gotcha. But yeah, I mean, and then then you've got like some like great like sort of horrors that really come along, and obviously like Scream.
Yeah, it went quiet on the slasher until about 96, and then good old Wes Craven unearthed a gem.
Yes, yeah, we've obviously talked about that in was it episode 1 or 2, but it's episode 2, I do believe.
Episode 2, yeah. And now top 10. It was in my top 10.
Yeah, it's the Scream 1, fantastic film. And it still holds up to this day. It's like 19 years old, and it still holds up. It's still fantastic.
I watched it about 10 days ago, and it still holds up.
Yeah.
Scream 2 was good.
I mean,
that's it.
It's 96 was actually it was a good year. You had From Dusk Till Dawn, and Scream 2
from my top 10.
2 from your top 10, 1 from mine.
Yeah,
but yeah,
Scream spawned a lot of similar films.
Yeah,
you had I Know What You Did Last Summer.
I liked the first one.
It's got Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Part 2 was okay.
Doesn't have Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Yeah, same. Matt's opinion is pretty bad.
Yeah.
Bad.
But
real bad.
Part 2 educated me. I did not know that Brasilia was the capital of Brazil. I thought it was Rio. So thank you.
As did I.
Really?
Yeah.
See, horror films teach you. Mums, let kids watch it.
Yes.
Education.
Scare the shit out of them, yes, but let them watch it. Yeah,
Only Jack Black's acting in part 2 will scare the shit out of people.
Yeah, I'm personally a fan of his comedy. Like, you know, I think he does good films. Like, you know, he's one of them base actors I reckon a lot of people love to hate, that kind of thing. But like, I'm personally a fan of his.
He's doing Goosebumps, isn't he?
Probably stay away from horror films.
No, he's doing Goosebumps.
Yeah, but that's not going to be a horror. Yeah, it's based, you know, obviously on scary stories and whatnot. But that was for kids, but that was big when I was a kid, basically, and you know, I'm just a bigger kid now, really, you know. But yeah, I mean, Jack Black, stay away from horrors.
Yeah,
stick to the comedy.
What else was there after I Know What You Did Last Summer? Which there's 2 sequels to I Know What You Did Last Summer. Yep, Urban Legend. There's someone in the backseat. You should do that bit.
That was wasn't that Brad Dourif?
That was Brad Dourif. Yeah.
Brad Dourif
from Child's Play.
Yes, he's got a better stutter than I do.
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean,
Urban Legend,
and it's got it's Robert Englund.
Robert Englund.
It's got Freddy Krueger, the original Freddy Krueger, the best Freddy Krueger.
Yep.
Yeah. But Urban Legends, it's like decent.
Again, it had a sequel which isn't so good.
Yeah.
Final Cut.
Yeah.
Urban Legend was okay. It's another one where you didn't know who the killer was, or I never.
Yeah, it keeps you guessing till the end, kind of thing, doesn't it? And I do like those films. And I do believe we were 16 when that came out. 98.
Yep, I would have been 16.
Yeah, it's definitely worth watching, and then I'll possibly
especially if you like,
part 2
a miss.
Yeah.
But you like your Urban Legends anyway, so
yeah, I've always been interested in those sort of stories. Like, you know, I mean, on that Patmore estate, where pretty much where I grew up, we used to sort of sit around and actually tell like sort of scary stories and all that sort of stuff. And there was like a demon who lived at the top of my block and all that. They used to say that to me just to try and scare the shit out of me.
That was true though.
I killed a demon. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely worth watching. It's Urban Legends. You know, it's basically loads of teenagers just getting picked off one by one by
a campus again,
yeah.
No? And a school campus. Ow.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty quite a lot of horrors that kind of like start on campuses as well, isn't there? Like,
next one after Urban Legend would have been Prom Night, which is a remake.
Prom Night, yeah.
So we didn't mention the original, which was around the early 80s.
Yes.
Had Leslie Nielsen as the principal and Jamie Lee Curtis.
Was she in Prom Night? Jamie Lee Curtis?
I think so.
We hope so.
I hope so.
But once again, you can point out to us if she was, if she wasn't. You know, like, but yeah, I don't think she was. You know,
I just made myself look silly.
Don't worry. But
I don't think she was.
No, I don't think
she was in
Halloween
Train.
1, but it's Halloween 2.
Terror Train.
She's the Fog. She was in the Fog. And she was in a fair few other sort of horrors, like I'd say from the 80s maybe. But very good actress. Like,
very good.
Definitely one of my actual favourite actors.
Horror icon.
Yeah. A scream queen.
Yeah. So I'd recommend Prom Night, the original, not the remake. It spawned 2 sequels, Hello Mary Lou and Prom Night 3, which has no subtitle.
I would probably recommend the original as well. Yeah, I mean, you know, as you would with most films, you know, it's the original for a reason, isn't it? That's why it's called the original.
Check them out.
Yeah. It's decent. And then, you know, you've got Base Hatchet. It's another like franchise. It spawned. It's another 2 sequels after the first one.
2006, the first one.
2006, definitely.
Good old Adam Green.
Oh yes.
Good old Adam Green.
Yeah, he's a good guy from like Fright Fest, and like he's done like Frozen. Did he direct Spiral?
Yeah.
That's not a bad film. It's not.
It's not his best work.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I would probably say his best one is Frozen. But I like the Hatchet series. It's good.
Yeah,
it's good.
They're both on a par. I like the Hatchet series because they're just fun. They're easy to watch.
Yeah, and there's
Frozen,
loads of gore.
You're tense.
Yeah, you're frozen, basically. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, I mean, in the Hatchet series, I'd say for me the best one is part 2. There's, I'd say, a lot more blood and gore. I mean, I've heard some people say 3 years, but like I think part 2 is probably the best one. I mean, you know,
part 2 shows a little bit of backstory,
and it's got the legend Joe Lynch in it as well.
Oh yeah, good old Joe.
Kind of gets butchered, but there you go.
Yeah, he's not in it for long.
But yeah, it's got Tony Todd in it. It's got Tom Atkins in part 2. Tom Atkins?
No, not Tom Atkins. Fright Night director.
Oh,
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland, sorry.
Tom Holland.
Sorry, Tom.
They're both Toms.
Yeah. I was on the right course.
Yeah.
Just wrong surname. My bad.
And Danielle Harris.
Tom Holland, yeah. Danielle Harris, an absolute scream queen.
Yeah. From Halloween.
Yeah, 4 and 5.
Yeah.
And also the remake.
Danielle Lloyd, and in the remake she plays
Jamie.
We'll
just say Jamie.
She plays Jamie in the remake.
She plays Jamie, yes. But yeah, I mean, I would recommend all 3 of the
Hatchet
films. I think they're all good, but for me, best one is part 2. Yeah, I mean, it's
they're good. They're just Saturday night viewing, popcorn, Hatchet, blood.
Some people like watch horrors or films in general with beers. I'm talking to you, Paul Dobson. I can't do that. I can't sit and watch a movie drinking beers because then I just forget like what movie I actually watched. You know what I mean? So like, it's.
But Hatchet would be a beer movie.
Probably, yeah.
Not that I drink beer. I don't know.
It's just, you know, base good old kills in it.
Yeah.
Like really graphic kills, like, which is what I basically like, especially in like a slasher movie.
So we're coming to an end of this one about slasher films. So, quick question: how would you survive a slasher movie?
Well, pretty much. Okay, right.
What are the rules?
To survive a slasher movie, you have to have no sex.
No sex. Although recent films say you can. It follows. Zombievers, you can have sex now.
The classic film Zombievers, yes.
Times are changing, kids. You can. Cherry Falls.
You can get jiggy.
Cherry Falls tells you to.
And you can still survive. Yes.
But yeah, you can. So next, never split up. Ever. Yeah. Why do they split up?
I'm sorry, like, what is it with you Americans that actually do that? Yeah.
Why?
That's a brainy idea. Let's like split up, and then like, you know, you basically find that person who actually split up, and actually like they're probably like swinging from
they're gone.
Yeah. or they're found with a machete in their head, or you know, or they got a head chopped off, or numerous other kills that, you know,
just because they're by themselves. Don't split up.
Yes.
Third one. Said in Scream, never say you'll be back. You're not coming back.
I'll be right back.
No, you're not coming back.
Yeah.
You're not coming back.
You definitely aren't coming back.
Try and be skinny. Me and you, we wouldn't survive.
As they say in it's like Zombieland, cardio.
Yeah. We're in trouble, son.
What is cardio? I don't, you know.
It's a ward in hospital. That's all I know it as.
Cardiology ward, yeah.
So yeah, me and you. We'd survive. We'd think we'd be the heroes. We'd be dead.
Yeah, I'm not slow. I'd probably last about 10 seconds and then I'd be basically breathing out my arsehole. Yeah. But yeah, so, you know, not fun.
What else is there? Don't go to deep, dark places by yourself. Again, don't split up, but just barricade your door, sit by the door, and just wait.
Yeah. Don't go down the cellars either.
No, there's no reception. Yeah. Get a phone that has reception, not a mobile. One of them. Them ones. They'll work.
But yeah,
what else?
There are loads of rules.
Just a couple of tips, because in case anything happens.
Really fun rules. But yeah, so I mean, yeah, you know, you've basically been like listening to our 3rd episode, and it's a lot of fun doing these. Like we do have a lot of laughs and all that sort of stuff.
It takes us a day per episode.
Yeah. We're on the 3rd episode, and we've probably filmed about 9 hours.
I've grown a moustache.
Yeah, I've grown a beard since the last one. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's fun. So, yeah.
Please click like and subscribe.
On the down bar. Yeah, and
join us next week.
Yeah. The 4th episode will be our top 20. It's like serial killers, like you know, like Jason Voorhees, Freddy Krueger, all that sort of stuff.